What is going on, you guys? Welcome on in. We are live. We're going to talk all things Phoenix Suns, and we have a guest. It's been a while since we've had a guest on this channel. I'm glad that I finally found the time to get on a good friend of mine, the co-host of the Fanning the Flames podcast and contributor to Bright Side of the Sun with their whole podcast and everything. Good, yeah, kind of. Whenever you can find time to go live.
I'm not a stolen valor type guy, so I will not take that credit. Occasional contributor to Bright Side of the very occasional contributor to BrightSideOfTheSun.com.
But you know what? You're a part of the Bright Side family. Like, even I feel like I'm a part of the Bright Side family, man. Shout out to our friends at the Suns Jam Session podcast. But we're live with SoSaysJ from Fanning the Flames. How's it going, man? It's been a while. Tell the people who you are, how long you've been a Suns fan, and welcome on in, man.
How long? Oh, wow, dude. You gave me a lot of things to potentially talk about right off the bat. Is that really something you want to do? I feel like that's you're playing with fire here by giving me too much runway, as one might say. I'll try to control myself. Because when you say, like, how long have you been a Suns fan, it makes me want to be like, so it all started in the spring of '81 when my parents went on this. Legit though, my mom told me she would tell me, she's like, your first Suns game, I was pregnant. You went to Suns games when I was pregnant. So how long I've been a Suns fan? I've been a Suns fan since I came out of the womb, quite literally. Dude, I'll just say I feel like this is long overdue. We've both been in this Phoenix Suns, universe, if you will, for quite a while. We've been on different shows and what have you together, but neither one of us has ever been on the either's channel. Granted, our channel is very new and rarely used, but that's standard practice for Fanning the Flames.
Whenever you go, guys go live, just whenever.
Exactly. And then like I always get the itch, and like the guys never answer. I'm like, maybe I'll just do it right now. And then I'm like, well, I can't do it now. And then I'll do it. And then all of a sudden it's like 9 o'clock. I'm like, yeah, I'm tired.
Yeah, I hear you.
So, man. but that's why I like these types of things too. Like, other people pull me out, but I'm happy. It's an honor, if you will, to be on your channel, man. Because, well, like I said, it's long overdue, and I'm happy to be here and happy to talk some Suns with you.
Well, long overdue indeed. Thank you so much for being here, man. And I've, as the host of this channel, I've done a poor job of like getting Suns Jam on, or Aussies, or you guys, or whoever. Done a poor job, but you know what? It's a new month. It's a new year, and we're going to try to get more guests on. So we got to do this more often, man. But
they always people will always say yes. They just stroke the ego a little bit more. Why not, right?
And I kind of improvised that whole segment about like, how long you been a Suns fan, man? I don't know why. I always I say that for some reason. That could be a whole.
It's what? It's a really good. It's a good question though. It is, and honestly, that's something that the other night when I had one of my maybe I'll just go on the pod, and I'm like, what am I going to do? I'm like, probably just talk about how I like everything that I can remember as a Suns fan. Like, I was at the game when Tom Chambers scored 60 points. There you go. Little known fact. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. They replayed all those games during COVID. I saw myself on TV, like little SoSaysJ there. I would have been like 8 years old, something like that.
That's awesome.
Madhouse on McDowell days.
Speaking of SoSaysJ, I'll make sure, I should have done it sooner, but I'll put the Twitter link, Fanning the Flames, all that stuff. Go give them a follow. It is a great time. So let's get you started off, man. We're going to just kind of break this down. The Suns lose kind of a crucial game, and maybe we'll talk about that later when we'll kind of look at the schedule a little bit later. So Suns kind of lose a crucial game, man, 122-115. They had a 10-point lead in the fourth quarter. And then is it kind of fair to say that they melted down? And I know this is fair to say that the refs did not help with that at all. And I'm not trying to pick on him too much, but Devin Booker kind of had a rough fourth quarter. So I guess what I'm trying to ask you here is just, what are your opening thoughts from this game? What are your takeaways, man? And was this a crucial game to lose? I know I'm hitting you with a lot all at once, but
write down all your questions. In my day life, I'd call this a compound question. Anyway, God, I hate myself sometimes. I'll start with Devin Booker. Here's what we saw with Devin Booker in the fourth quarter. He was getting mauled and he wasn't getting the calls. And
Yep.
look, that's going to happen. We know it happens.
Mm-hmm.
We see it happen all the time, and it especially happens with Tyler Ford because he,
Ugh.
being an NBA official, is negligent. But that's a different topic for
Yeah,
a
and we're going
different
to talk about
part of
that
this
later.
show.
Yep. Ugh.
But you saw in that fourth quarter, I think you saw pissed off Devin Booker, and not like the good version of pissed off Devin Booker. It's the pissed off Devin Booker where he's trying to push himself into the good version of pissed off Devin Booker, but he doesn't quite get there. It kind of, I think, came to a peak at the when he airballed that three towards the end there. But look, man, it is what it is. Did they melt down? Yeah. Did they let the officiating get into their heads? Yeah. And it's one of those things where it's not even a game outside of, okay, they took away if they gave the Raptors a challenge when Devin Booker had received the ball had been given to Devin Booker for a free throw, and Tyler Ford grants him a timeout. That's insane. That's
Yeah,
literally.
I haven't seen that either.
And he goes, it was called a timeout was called before the ball got to the shooter's hands. That's really, like, when has anybody ever seen them give them a timeout after they've gone through all of the machinations after the play is done to get everybody? But again, regardless of that, the Devin Booker again just tried to push himself to the good version of pissed off Devin Booker. See, I got Tyler Ford in my fucking head and I'm already off the rails.
Yep. Can't wait for that segment.
But it's kind of like the good and the bad you get with Book, right? We know that he's going to have those games where he gets like that. And look, frankly, I'd rather see it happen now because as we get deeper into the season that we're already very deep into, but as we get to the postseason as well, that kind of stuff is going to become more magnified, and he's going to have to do a better job of kind of maintaining himself, right? So that's my Devin Booker outlook for what it's worth.
Yep.
As far as the game being crucial, look, where we are in the standings, sure, it's hard to say that any game isn't crucial, but will I now say this game wasn't crucial? Sure, I will, because at the end of the day, maybe this is too much of the optimistic kind of let's look at the positive side of things kind of perspective, but this team's really playing with house money still, right?
Yeah.
Nobody expected them to do this well. They're still playing much better than anybody expected them to play, and they're still not fully healthy. And you know what? Shit, maybe we won't get fully healthy, but I'd like to think we will at the perfect time and maybe start surprising people a little bit more, but time will tell. Because of that, look, crucial, sure, for purposes of what we're looking at, in the immediate future. But if we think about a big picture, I think there's still a lot to take away from, the situation the team's in and the game as a whole. Because, outside of the meltdown, the frustrations in the fourth, and that's what I was going to say is it wasn't even with Tyler Ford outside of me giving the challenge. It wasn't even like in the fourth, there was a specific call.
Right.
It was everything. There were hands all over Book, all over Green, all over everybody on the Suns, and we give a little bump. Like, Book got called for, I think, 3 fouls in a matter of 2 minutes. It was preposterous. It looks like targeting. There's no other way to put it. But
it's a good word.
Again, positives can be taken away from this game. Like, we're seeing Jalen Green start to get his stride a little bit more. And goddamn, Rasheer Fleming looked absolutely gorgeous. And I mean that as weirdly as that sounds. He looks gorgeous out there. It's beautiful to see that man play basketball right now. Anyway, I dominated so much that I'm going to shut up.
No, I love that. That's great, man. I love the positive outlook, because if there's one thing you got to know, I mean, you already know this about me. I stay as optimistic as I possibly can. Maybe
what
on
else do
the
we
exception
have?
Of last season, because you know how bad last season was.
There's nothing optimistic about that. There's no point in optimism. It's optimistic that it would end eventually.
But that's why we need more Suns fans like us, man. Like we need that positive outlook and that optimism, man. And you know, that's just. I feel like if the Suns, you know, it's a game full of runs. Again, this was a very physical game, even before that fourth quarter, and some calls, or should I say, not called by the referees and all that. Physical game, man. And I feel like sometimes the Suns need that. They sometimes need that punch in the mouth. It was just that fourth quarter. You know, the Raptors came back down 10. I think we only had 23 points in the fourth quarter or something like that. But overall, like there was a lot to take away from this game, man. Like we're going to kind of break down certain players here in a minute, but you know, the Suns shot 48% as a team, but the Raptors shot 53% as a team. We had 18 threes in this game. Let's see what, you know, this is kind of, I'm seeing, it's a long road trip. This is a big stat that I like to focus on throughout every show I've ever done. 20 assists, 12 turnovers. That could be fixed. I'm big on the assists and turnovers, man, because I've said this so many times. I'm going to say it a million times more. You will win a lot of games if your team gets over 25 assists or more. I think the Suns have a pretty good record when they have like 25 assists or more and low turnovers. I don't care if you're the stinky Washington Wizards who let Bam Adebayo drop 83 points. If they have 25 or more assists, they're probably going to win a game. But that actually might be a stretch because they did just let Bam Adebayo drop 83 points. But you get my point, man. That's just a big number for me. But again, it kind of goes back to that fourth quarter, man. And I'm trying to stay positive, but like we've had a couple fourth quarter meltdowns here and there. But I will say this, though. We can dive into the schedule and the standings later. You are right. We're still, 11 games over 500, I believe. And yes, it is
11.
time to kind of scoreboard watch right now. You know, like Houston, the Lakers, Timberwolves, Nuggets, I think, are all like kind of tied right there. We're like right there on the outskirts, man. I don't think we want to be in that 7th seed, but you know what? There's still time to make up ground. Again, we're going to dive into the schedule and all that later. And I kind of like how we focused on Devin Booker, who is going to be kind of part of this next segment here. And I love how we're already flying through the show, man. Let's go. But let's talk about Devin Booker and Jalen Green, our star duo. And I actually have a tweet that I'm going to pull up, actually a couple of tweets right here, because our star duo – really the last few games has been fantastic, man. You know, we were talking backstage before the show started, and Devin Booker and Jalen Green had combined tonight, just alone tonight, 65 points. Remember, no Dylan Brooks in this game, et cetera, et cetera. We have some injuries. Maybe we'll talk about that later. They had 79 combined last game. I'm pretty terrible at math, but that's 144 points in the last 2 games, man. They have been cooking. Let me share this tweet with you right quick, right here with, Suns guards versus Raptors. Jalen Green, 34 points, 8 made threes, 13 for 25 from the field, man. That's your boy right there. I love Jalen Green too. Booker goes along with 31 points, 10 for 20 from the field, only 2 made threes because, of course, Devin Booker only has 2 made threes, right? Because it seems like that happens a lot. But that's okay, man, because
he had 4 last night, though, didn't he?
Yeah, right. Yep. Yeah. And I think, like, who is it? Like, Grayson Allen has, like, the Suns, most threes in a game. Is it, like, 10 or 11 or something like that?
10.
Yeah.
I think it's
Jalen Green had 8 tonight, man. So I guess what I'm trying to say, because I'm gushing over Jalen Green, I'm gushing on how our star duo is just coming together, man. This is what we've been waiting for all season long. They're getting games under their belt. They're getting to know each other. And that sounds crazy, but like, you know, I think they've only played under 20 games together or something like that. Like,
definitely under 20.
In a weird, optimistic way. Maybe this is a little too optimistic. I feel like it's kind of clicking at the right time. So I guess what I'm trying to ask you is, what have you seen from Devin Booker and Jalen Green, especially these last 5 games, man? If you need me to pull up some stats, I can pull up some stats.
Well, if any stats come up that you need to pull, I think we'll both know. But here's what I'll tell you is Jalen Green looks like he's playing comfortable again. Like when he first came back, you know, literally the first game he played this year, right? He was fantastic. I think he scored 32 points in like 20 minutes. And then, of course, injures his hammy the next game. He's out for that long period of time, comes back, injures it again. And I feel like he has looked tentative tentative
I can't, yeah, I
since
can't say that word either.
he's been back for the second, third time, whatever it might be.
Yep.
And it's really been over these past few games where it looks like he's confident in the hamstring again, frankly.
Yep.
And I think we're starting to see it in the scoring. He's scoring points, and frankly, he was scoring, but he wasn't doing it efficiently. But now we're starting to see it come with a little bit more efficiency. I think you still see, the Jalen Green shot decision making, come out. There was one moment tonight where he got doubled and had it might have been Rasheer, somebody open on a wing for a three, and he took a really hard turnaround jumper, fadeaway jumper that he buried and was dope. But
Yep.
you're like, okay, in the moment, I'm like, he's open. Never mind, that was fantastic. But when he's missing those shots, people are a little less forgiving. But I think that's something we got to, we have to accept with Jalen Green. That's kind of part of his game. It's kind of like Dylan Brooks, right? We
Yep.
take the good with the bad with Jalen
Exactly.
Green. You're
Yeah.
going to have to do the same. But the good can be very good when it's a game like this following a 36 he had last night. Is that right? Or,
I believe
36.
Yeah,
and then because Book had 43
Yep.
or whatever.
43.
So,
Jalen Green had 36. Yeah.
yeah, so he follows up a 36-point game back-to-back nights with a 34-point game, and again, efficient shooting. That's what we, I guess, want to see out of Jalen Green, and it kind of shows a little bit of what this this duo can be if they are given the opportunity. And again, we're not fully healthy yet. They don't have Dylan Brooks in the mix, and as much as Oso has been a what's the word I'm looking for? Revelation over the past few weeks, especially with Mark Williams out. Yeah. We're also still without Mark Williams. And that has to be taken into account. So, we're seeing the team kind of start to come together bit by bit, and different parts at different times. And hopefully it's just a matter of seeing it all come together at once. And hopefully that time that it starts to come together is the right time, which is towards the end of the season as we're heading into that postseason. And that Sean H 3373. That's an excellent point. Jalen Green's only 23, and oh my God, I haven't even mentioned this yet. He's part Filipino, so like he's superhuman as it is. Like get the man some lumpia and let him roll. That's what he did. But again, we'll see there'll be the highs and lows with him. And Book has also started to shoot. You know what Book's shooting from three since the All-Star break?
To be honest, no, I don't.
40%.
Woo! Let's go.
I believe. I'm like 99.9% sure because he shot 2 for 5 tonight. Yeah. So that's 40%.
I'll take
40%.
Heck, I'll take 39%. I'll take any
I'll
of
take
that,
38.
Man.
I'll take 30. I mean, he was going into the All-Star break. I think he was shooting right around 30. Like not just like bad, but like bad. And maybe like that. The way he's been shooting the three this year, when he went into the 3-point contest, I'm kind of like, you know what? That might be just exactly what Devin Booker needs, and maybe it is. But yeah, no, seeing these two play like this the past few games has been good to see. It's been encouraging, and I'm happy we can, at least for the time being, put a rest to the Jalen Green is not good conversation.
Oh, he's Bradley Beal 2.0.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You know how many times I've seen that in my comment section, man? Oh, it's so annoying. I mean, I love the comments.
If it's one, then it's one time too many.
Yep, pretty much, man.
Because you know what Jalen Green definitely is not? He's not heartless. So he's right there. No comparison to Bradley Beal at all, or gutless. So there's two things he's completely not like Bradley Beal on. So we can move off of that conversation.
Yeah, because we don't want to get negative. We don't do any negativity on this channel. Sometimes
I can flip it quick. If I flip it, it flips quick and it gets dark sometimes. We don't need it right now.
Yep.
Not yet. Like I start blocking people, not blocking people, like reporting people to to Xbox and shit.
Yep. Well, my audience knows that I was a big Jalen Green fan before he came here, obviously afterwards, and like Sean said in the chat, man. And guys, He's still only 23 years old. 23, you guys. I was talking about that the other night when I went live. I was like gushing over Rasheer Fleming, who we're going to talk about later because he was awesome tonight. I was gushing about him. I was gushing about Kaman Malawatch. And I'm like, oh, guys, Jalen Green's 23 years old, blah, blah, blah. Like the Suns have young talent, man. You and I could do a whole podcast another time about, do the Suns need future draft picks, blah, blah, blah. No, like we already have our young talent, man. It's here. It's arrived. And we're definitely going to talk about that later. But yeah, Jalen Green, Devin Booker have been fantastic, man. And like my audience knows, I'm a big stats guy, so I'm going to share this screen right here. Good tweet from NBA Retweet. Jalen Green's last 5 games. I'm not going to read you all the numbers. It's a whole lot of them. But just know this. He had 34, 36, 25, 24, and 25. And then there's a bunch of rebounds, assists. And you mentioned this earlier. Efficient shooting. Like at first, when he came back, I was on the Suns jam a lot during that. I was like, let the shots fly, Jalen Green. But now it's like, let the shots fly, but consistently, man. Look at those numbers. Like 10 for 20, 13 for 24. Like these are good, efficient numbers. And like, again, you talked about it with like when Dylan Brooks is out there, you take the good with the bad. Sometimes he's going to take crazy shots, man. But if we can get this Jalen Green going forward, especially when it's almost play-in time, hopefully the playoffs. Yeah, I'm very excited about this duo. And again, you guys, he's still only 23 years old. I'm so happy he's in a Phoenix Sun uniform. And I'm a little biased about this because I don't know if I told you, but I met him at the airport one day and he was just cool as shit.
The picture. I remember the picture.
Yeah. You probably saw the picture. Yeah. He was just cool as shit. He just seems like a low key, like cool guy. Like,
well, you know why?
Jalen Green, man.
You know why?
Because he's
part Filipino, exactly. 24 though. He turned 24 February 9th, just for the record. But point still taken. Like he's still very young is the point. Yeah. Like he's a child. Yeah. Okay, not pretty that, much. But you know what I mean. Like he's
NBA years, he's so
much room still for him to grow and to improve. And frankly, him playing with Devin Booker is probably just as good for him as Devin Booker playing with Chris Paul was. Maybe that same concept, right? Yeah. Chris Paul obviously had more years under his belt by the time he came to the Suns, but just the mentorship of somebody who's kind of been through it. And frankly, Devin Booker's been through a lot at this point of his career. I mean, I know he's man, I can't believe it. He's no longer our fresh faced Devin Booker. He's a grizzled vet at this point. But still early enough in his career, but with a lot of experience being through different, the Olympics, doing NBA finals, what have you. So I think, Jalen Green being able to learn from him and everything that Book's learned through the years, I think is only going to, help this duo improve. And we talked a lot about when Green got back and then Book was out and Green was struggling. A lot of folks were raising the point that, hey, well, when Book comes back, that's going to take the load off of Green and it's going to make a lot of these shots, give him easier shots. And I think we're seeing that come to fruition. And I think that's only going to be emphasized more when you get other guys like Dylan Brooks back and you work him back into the fold. And even Grayson has been kind of in and out over the last few weeks, and he still seems to be getting his legs back underneath him and what have you. I think he had a really good shooting night the other night. wasn't great tonight, but again, another thing we haven't even mentioned is that this was the back end of a back-to-back.
Yeah, I should have mentioned that. Yeah,
and we have an inordinate and third game in 4 nights.
Yep. Yeah.
And I think we have 2 more back-to-backs on this road trip.
Yeah, we do.
And that's something that I haven't done a deep dive into yet, but maybe
I have the schedule. If you need me to pull it up, I have it. I'm looking right at it right now.
I'm thinking more from like the perspective of, okay, how many other teams in the end, like how many times do the Suns this season play 3 games in 4 nights? Because this is definitely not the first time. How many other NBA teams have a 6-game road trip like the 6-game road trip we're on right now? Well, we're going to the other coast and we play 3 back-to-backs in the road trip, if I'm not mistaken. And there was another stint earlier this year, and I can't remember exactly. It was a ridiculous number of days because I like the I'm cognizant a lot of times of the the travel schedule and what have you, because I sometimes like to plan some, like Bloom and I golf, so I like to plan my
Yeah.
golf. Sometimes we plan our golf games around. So I'm always like, oh shit,
Shout out to
the sun's-
John Bloom.
and you see, shout out Bloom, I love that man. You see, it was there was it was early. I'm gonna have to look it up, but they were gone for like 3 weeks out of like a month. It's
Oh
ridiculous.
yeah, that
And
was in
but
December, right?
there you go. See, I
Yeah,
see.
they
I knew
were. Yeah, that
somebody
was a
with a better, a
long road trip,
younger,
man.
stronger memory than mine would. But what I was thinking is more, not even so much just looking at the difficulty of the Sun schedule with that kind of stuff, but in comparison to other teams, how does that align? Like, how many other teams are going through this same type of thing? Um, Maybe I'll put that on my list of things to do that I'll never get to.
Yeah, I'm pulling up the schedule right now. My apologies.
Oh, no,
And
you're good. I can
and
keep
it's
talking
funny
if you want me to. You
because
want me to talk about how my internet was super awesome the other night? I got to play NBA 2K online for the first time with like real good speeds and how glorious it was. Oh, okay, you got it up. Good. See, I
well,
killed
your
that time.
internet's working great right now because you look and sound beautiful. Is that a
Oh,
little
man.
too much? Is that like?
No,
I'm
that's
sorry.
perfect.
That's
You know, I'm never, nobody on my podcast ever tells me I look beautiful. So thank you. Thank
no
you.
problem, man.
It's nice
But
to be acknowledged sometimes. All right,
so
schedule
yeah,
basketball.
this actually was part of our our show notes here. So I guess we can just dive into it right now, man. And again, the Suns are still 11 games over 500. Can I repeat that? We're still 11 games over 500. And yes, there's been some annoying losses. I mean, I went live for an hour when we lost to the Bulls. That was a annoying, terrible loss. And yes, the schedule gets tougher from here. This was in the show notes. So we have Boston in 2 days. We play them on Monday. That's not an easy game, man. The Celtics are really damn good. But you know who's not really good right now? Question mark. The Minnesota Timberwolves. Yeah, they've been kind of struggling. That could be a possible win. You know, the Spurs are really good.
Can we talk about? Can we go back to this whole, like, we're talking about? I feel like a back-to-back from Boston to Minnesota. It seems like that's not like I don't know how long the flight is. I guess I'm not. I don't know much about the East. But it seems not like it doesn't seem like a quick kind of like, LA to Sacramento.
Oh,
I guess we could find this out. Anyway, go back to what you were saying. I'm going to Google.
Well, yeah. If you know, please go ahead and look it up. This is because I remember when we went on that long road trip in December. That it wasn't me. The Suns broadcast had broke it down, and I had talked about it on my channel. They had traveled miles, days. It was insane, man. Even this road trip's pretty long, man. I mean, 6 days and like 11 nights or something, 12 nights, something like that.
It's a 3.5 hour flight from Boston to Minnesota. So I like,
okay.
So you play a game. Let's see. It starts at, God, I can't believe I'm going down this rabbit hole.
Sorry,
so it's a 5 o'clock game. No, you're fine.
Yeah.
5 o'clock game Arizona time, which makes it what? An 8 o'clock game? It's on Peacock.
Yeah.
So it's an 8 o'clock tip Eastern. So that game will finish. It's on Peacock, so it'll have like 8,000 commercials.
Yep.
So that'll probably finish at what, 11 o'clock Eastern. They then, get to the airport. They get to their plane at what, 2 a.m. Then they're taking off and take a 3.5 hour flight. They land at what would then be, let's see, they're going to gain an hour, I think. Oh, Jesus Christ. They gain an hour going back. So if they take off at like 3 a.m., they land at like 6. How long did I say? 3 a.m. So 6:30. Call that 5:30 a.m. They get to the hotel at like 7:30 a.m. They have a game at 5 p.m. that day. That is some bullshit, bro.
Yeah.
And if you're a betting person, you might want to pay attention to that game because the Suns might not have a lot of gas. That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
Now I also might have done all of that math wrong, and maybe it's not nearly as bad of a trip as it seems. But it feels like right.
No. Yeah. And I think we talked about it earlier, and I heard them on. I think it was the broadcast earlier, or somebody was talking about it, but it's back-to-back games in the span of what, like 7-8 days, something like that. Like it's late in the season, and then we have a back-to-back at the end of March, the Grizzlies and the Magic. Like, what are we doing, man? Like,
we have 2 back-to-backs next week.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Boston,
saying. Like,
Minnesota. Oh, you already said that. Sorry, my
yeah,
bad.
yeah, but yeah. So, and then we had the Pacers in Toronto. Like, just like, bro, like, what is going on?
Well,
Like,
it's because they have to fit in the glorious NBA Cup. Otherwise, how can
uh,
they make this schedule work without it? Yeah, it's look, and you you have to assume it's not just a Suns thing, right? This has just to be a scheduling across the
yeah,
board problem, and
yeah,
you have to imagine it also has something to do with why we're seeing a lot of players get. I mean, we've got Hallie out with an Achilles. We we
yeah,
we we have Tatum just getting back from an Achilles.
yeah, yeah.
These types of non-contact injuries seem to be escalating and escalating. And look, it boils down to whether or not the NBA cares about the players' well-being or not. And I think it's pretty apparent the NBA really doesn't, which is unfortunate. But
Yeah,
but
they
it
want
is
the
what it
best
is.
players out there at all times. Yeah,
No, I mean they can want that, but they can
yeah,
also, not jam it all into this time frame so the Suns have to play 17 back-to-backs or whatever the hell it
for
is this
real.
year.
Yep.
Because again, it's just it doesn't seem irresponsible, if you will. But hey, we're not here to bitch about the schedule just entirely, right?
No, I'm
Because
glad that
frankly,
you. Yeah,
I just it's it's if I had a list of, if I had to make a list of things I truly cared about, how the schedule plays out is really very, very low on it. I just think it's ridiculous.
no,
But
I'm glad that we had this segment, man, because this wasn't our show notes and I broke it down. And again, you guys, to my knowledge, Suns are still a 7th seed. There's games going on right now, but we lost. Still a 7th seed, but there's still time to make up ground. You know what I mean? We still have 15 games to go, despite the back-to-backs, despite the road trip and all that. We still have 15 games to go. Take it one game at a time. Every game matters, and at this point, kind of scoreboard watching matters too, man. But that's conversation for another time. Just know the Suns are 11 games over 500, and that is all that matters. So, you guys, I sort of have a special announcement. I've had a few kind of sponsorships here and there on this channel. Kind of. I've had people who were generous enough to send me stuff. So, thank you to those people in the past. But we actually have a sponsor on this channel. So says Jay, you were here the very first time I had a sponsor on this channel, man.
this
Congratulations.
historic moment,
It's a
historic
historic
moment.
moment. You were here, man. But yeah, we do have a sponsor for this video, and we actually have a video to go. I don't even know what I'm saying. We have a sponsor, and we have a video for that sponsor. So let's go ahead and play this.
Want to learn piano notes faster and actually remember them? Then it's time for Learn a Note, the powerful, easy-to-use app designed for piano beginners, music students, teachers, and anyone ready to build real note-reading skills. With Learn a Note, you can practice treble clef, bass clef, or both with random note exercises that train your brain for true recognition, not simple memorization. Play using the on-screen keyboard or connect a USB or Bluetooth MIDI keyboard for real hands-on practice. Get instant visual feedback, turn hints on or off, track session stats, lifetime progress, first try accuracy, and the notes that need more work. Perfect for home practice, classroom teaching, sight reading, adult learners, and kids learning the fundamentals of piano. See the note, find the key, build the skill, gain the confidence. Learn a Note. Simple, visual, effective piano note learning.
All right.
It-
Shout out to Learn a Note. They are today's sponsor, and it is on sale in the App Store right now. The link is in the description down below. I'll probably link it somewhere in the chat too. And it's on sale for the price of a cup of coffee, but it is on sale.
Coffee is what he said. Oh, there you're back. Okay,
Yeah,
look, I
whoa.
filled in. I was like, coffee.
Wait,
You cut out right
I
when
might have to
that was
redo
amazing.
that since I cut out. Hold on. I might need to redo that. Let's try again. Hold on. Rewind. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. So, guys, Learn a Note is available in the App Store right now on sale for the price of a cup of coffee. Amir Coffee. I don't know.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Nailed
Hopefully
it.
that sponsorship went well. It was my first one ever, besides the stuff that people sent to me. So yeah.
I'll tell you, I think I'm gonna make my kids get that so they can learn piano.
Yes.
I might learn it.
Available in the App Store right now.
What if I just like that inspired me to learn piano, and then like in like 6 months all of a sudden like I like just disappear from Sun's Twitter and I reappear as like this amazing pianist.
Pianist geek. Pianist geek. You start your own
Dude,
YouTube channel.
I'm like it's my new persona. I feel like
Great.
pianist geek though could get mispronounced too easily, and
oh god. I don't even want to think about that.
I'll come up with a different nickname if I go down that road, but I probably won't, because again, I'll add that to my list of things that I'm gonna do that I'll never get to. Learn piano.
Yeah.
Although I can play Colorblind by the Counting Crows. You know.
Nice.
Well, I could, and then I forgot, but I could probably learn it again. Taught myself that.
I can play a really terrible version of Jaws. You know, the dun.
Oh,
yeah.
It's probably.
I'm good at that.
I bet it's a fantastic version.
But no, seriously, guys.
Piano talk. All the piano talk. I love it.
Welcome to Sun's Geek, where we talk pianos. Go check out Learn a Note. Link in the description in the App Store. Go buy it right now. They're going to be the sponsor for probably a long time. So shout out to Learn a Note, man. That was fun. I see why our friends over the Suns Jam Session podcast do those sponsorships. That's fun, man. It's funny too. That's because MC Cole in the chat the other day, he was like, "Oh, I love this channel." He's like, "No sponsorships, no ads," and then bam, sponsorship like, right there.
You're like, "Take that, bro." Yeah. Remember, I remember. I don't know if you ever caught it, but Dan used to on Fanning the Flames used to do like our. He used to say we were sponsored by Buffalo Trace, like a whiskey brand, and we were definitely not. But he just drank it all the time. I like to think we helped with their sales greatly. Probably not though.
Yeah, man,
but
you never know.
Back in the day when we were audio only, you know.
Yep. Yeah, those were the days, man. Maybe later, if you're okay with it, maybe we can talk about the history of your podcast, or maybe another show. You know what I mean?
I'd be more than happy to talk about that. The history of our podcast is fantastic. Yep. I think it's fantastic. It's all Paul and Dave King, and then me just tagging along.
I was going to say, because you kind of mentioned it at the start of the show, like you and I, we've been doing this a long time, man. Like it's been a long time. So
we started our pod book second year,
dude. And you mentioned it. Devin Booker's no longer a young player; he's a grizzled veteran. So yeah, that's a long time, man.
my youngest kid was 1 when we started our podcast. No, 2.
Dang.
No, like 1.5, and she's 12.
Wow.
And I'm old enough to have to pause to think about how old my kids.
Yeah, you're like, wait a minute, how old is my child? How old?
I had short hair. There's a whole lot of stuff going on. I used to drive to Paul's house to record the podcast because like Zoom and shit wasn't a thing. Think about that.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh my God.
You guys want to know how long we've both been doing this? Zoom was not a thing. I remember back in the day, you could just, you can kind of still do it now, but it was just, you go on YouTube and click go live. You don't have to do all this, stuff. Dude, it was.
We just started a YouTube channel like 6 months ago. So,
yep. Check out the Fanning the Flames podcast. The link will be down below in the description. I think I might have forgotten to add it. That's a bad habit.
It's okay because we haven't done an episode. I don't know if we've done an episode. No, we've done one since the new year. Not my fault, I promise. Anyway, off topic. I'm sorry.
Anyways,
I do.
No, it's okay. I love when we go off topic. That's what Suns Geek's all about, man. Going off topic. But speaking of topics, man, I know you're excited to talk about, and really, I guess we could throw Come On Malawatch in there too. But I know you're excited to talk about Rush Shear Fleming tonight. 9 points. I think he had 3 rebounds, but he had 3 freaking blocks. And I wish I could show the highlight, man, but he had one segment, or one sequence, I should say, where he had 2 blocks and then like a throwdown dunk or something like that. No, sorry, it was a 3. My bad. It was a 3. Man, what were you saying?
Shane Young's Twitter feed. Yeah. He's got a really good cut of it.
Cool.
I think the Suns might have thrown up too. If you want to throw it up during the show, I'll talk about Raw Shear.
Raw Shear Fleming.
It's
man.
it's the not Rushier, Rashier. That's
Oh, okay. Noted.
pronunciation guide straight from the source, the naming source, is just for the record. So
Got it.
Rashier, like raw, like
Yeah.
you're cheering.
Raw shear.
But dude, he has been
Yeah.
like-
Growing in front of our eyes, man.
like dude. There's stats maybe we would be worth pulling up is what he's done over like the past 5 or 6 games, because while
I
it has
have
not
that
been
tweet if you need me to pull it
beautiful,
up. Yeah. Mhm.
while it has not been in large sample sizes, the samples that we're getting are phenomenal.
Mhm.
His 3-point stroke looks
Ooh.
beautiful.
Mhm.
It's mature, if that makes
Yep.
sense. It just he takes that shot so confidently. He doesn't take it like a rookie. He doesn't take it like a rookie that was drafted in the second round. That's for damn sure.
Preach. The stats are up, by the way. Yeah, if you want to
Yes,
look.
yes.
Yeah,
And so last 4 games, and again,
I can zoom in a bit.
8 points for yeah. I'm like I get it.
Yeah.
Look, I get it, geek. I'm old, and I'm like leaning into my computer screen like
I
an old
can't
man. It's
see
fine.
very well.
Like, just let me be. Just let it happen, and you don't need to like don't.
Hey, you're
don't
my
help
first
me.
guest
Don't help me,
on
I
in a
can
long
see.
time. I'm trying to get out of the
Like,
rust. You know,
you're
you're my
like,
first guest, man, in a long
like,
time.
oh my god! You like call me short next while you're at it. Gosh, man. No. So just under 8 points a game, 4 rebounds, right? 1.3 blocks. And the 20 minutes, fantastic, has grown. But dude, the field goal percentage, particularly the 3-point field goal percentage, 63.6%.
63%.
Now, can that sustain? Obviously not. Obviously, I mean, maybe. Who knows? What if Rashier Fleming just becomes a 60% 3-point shooter over his career? What if that just happens? It's like, oh wow, that just like that'd be amazing. No, obviously not. But still, what we see there is it. And maybe I shouldn't be so quick to get excited, because remember when like Ryan Dunn came out of the gates making threes, and
We were
everyone
all
was like,
excited
"Oh,
about him.
wait a minute,
Yep.
he can shoot the three." And he obviously regressed some, but again, the Rashier, the shot just feels different, and
Yep.
and that's not even like that. That's like icing on the cake, because him on the defensive, not even just the defense, him on the floor without the ball is a beautiful thing to watch as well.
Yep.
Because and I guess I'll get to the defense side, but even on the offense, when he doesn't have the ball on the offense side, any rebound he's going to have a shot at. Defensive side, same thing. But again, on the offensive end, getting offensive rebounds, getting second chances is important for this team, for any team. And the way he seems to get them, it's a matter of like that dude just has a knack for timing, space, and all of that kind of stuff. He has that innate ability that you really can't teach. Like if you watch, and I don't know if you found that clip, but the chase down block that he had tonight, dude, that was a chase down block that he was plotting out from about the other side's free throw line. And you see him measuring his steps and just waiting, and he bounced. Like I think if he wanted to, he could have just gently caught it as I think it was Brandon Ingram, Scotty Barnes, whoever it was trying to lay it up. So dude, like Rashier Fleming, if he continues like this, man, did Brian Gregory, man, I will align in whatever alignment you want me to align in if you keep pulling out draft picks like that, because we don't got a lot of picks. And when you get ones that, you know, are effectively, you know, first round picks, because he was at the very top of the second round, you know, hitting on them like that, and knock on wood that it continues. But if it does, hats off, man, because that is a beauty of a pick. And again, for a team that doesn't have a lot of picks in the immediate future, having Rashier and come on for that matter, which I didn't fully get, like him kind of disappearing today, but whatever. I'm not worried about. Come on,
yeah,
like
it happens.
Like if the plan with him is what the plan is, and I'm gonna trust the Suns with it because it seems to be working, you know, well so far.
Exactly.
So again, hats off to Brian Gregory based on the results we're seeing so far, and let's just hope that Rashier keeps it going, because man, isn't he kind of like kind of I hate to say this, but he kind of feels two things. One, he kind of feels like what Ryan Dunn's supposed to be. Like he's giving me those feelings, like the feelings I thought I was supposed to get with Ryan Dunn, and
Yep.
and maybe like he can help the small grouping of people that still won't be quiet about Tumani Kamara. Maybe he can help them be quiet
God.
as well.
Don't get me started on that group of people. I'm sorry. I'm bitter about that. I'm salty about that. They're like, oh. Anyways, yeah, I agree with you. I'm so glad you said that though. And Ryan Dunn was a DNP tonight. Maybe that's a conversation for another time. But yeah,
You know, and here's the sad thing: I didn't even notice that.
right.
And that's
yeah.
that's not like when you don't notice a player.
Mhm.
Not noticing a player on the court's just as bad as noticing a player for bad things.
Exactly.
So, speaking of noticing a player for bad things, sorry, tangent.
No, it's okay. No,
did you see DeAndre Ayton's like press conference when the guy asked him how he felt about like if he thought they were building some momentum because they won a couple games in a row? Did you see it?
I don't think I've actually seen that. No.
Oh, apparently
Should we pull it
DeAndre
up?
Ayton now is
That's
just
something
a
we can get away with
asshole.
on this channel is interviews.
Dude.
The highlights are a different conversation.
Oh man, it was just like disrespectful. It just like there's a certain way you just as a human being you treat other people, and this just was not it. Yeah, that's it right there.
Right
it's March 10th. How long ago is that?
Yeah, hold on.
3 days. Okay. Look, I've been busy. I haven't been paying attention.
Oh, it's okay.
But
yeah,
still.
Hold on. I'll find it. I'm sure I can find it.
No, that's it. That's the one.
Oh,
that's
that was
the one
the
I was
March
talking
10th
about.
one?
That was it. Yeah, I just didn't realize it was March 10th.
It's a 31.
Well, you haven't heard of it, so it's new to both of us.
You're like, I don't even know what day it is. Okay, cool. Well,
I had to look.
Well, welcome to Suns Geek, where we're going to talk about DeAndre Ayton and his horrible interview. But this is fun because I haven't seen this.
So on this channel, you also learn how to be a good human being, and this is how you don't be a good human being.
And you learn how to play piano. Link down below in the description.
Right.
All right, so let's learn how to be. Let's learn how to not be, a human being by this clip right here. This is gonna be fun. Here we go. Hopefully you can hear it okay too.
Hey DeAndre, that's now 2 wins in a row against some of the better teams in the league. Do you kind of start feeling the momentum building for you guys?
Momentum? What are you talking about?
Momentum from 2 big wins in a row.
What?
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you mean. Thanks, dear. You're good.
What? I don't know what you mean. Momentum? Like, bro, come on, man. Right? Isn't that crazy?
You know what? The audio wasn't great on that, but it kind of worked because he was literally talking like this.
Right.
And like what are you talking about? What?
Dude,
I'm so glad you brought that up, dude.
It's crazy.
Oh my God.
And I mean it's like to a degree it's sad to see because like dude look at like he just like he's not right, man. Like that dude needs help, man. I feel like he needs help. Like
it's because he's in LA now, man. He thinks he's freaking cream or something now, man.
But like he has to know that. Like he has to know that. I guess he doesn't have to know anything. He might not have the self-awareness. I might have to. Maybe I'm the one who needs to realize something. DeAndre Ayton just doesn't have any self-awareness. But he has to know that that entire exchange was ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
He could not have gotten up from been like, oh, well, I showed him like that idiot.
Yep.
Like what are we doing? And again,
dude,
that's not how you just treat another person. You just don't. Like that's shitty.
If anything, that was like you're trying to get him to say something at least somewhat positive. Hey, you're gaining momentum, DeAndre Ayton.
That's the other thing, dude. It was all positive. It wasn't like he was like, well, you missed that rebound tonight. How'd you feel about that? Oh, I don't know what you mean. Okay, fine. There, but yeah, dude, it wasn't even like he was going after me. It's like, hey, you guys have won a couple games. How do you feel?
Dude,
just like,
I'm so glad you brought that up, man. Thank you. You're a great guest on this channel, man. That was great.
Well, and it's kind of like, if you think about it like this too, that DeAndre Ayton as a human being right there kind of feels like the personification of what the Suns were last year. just like all the talent in the world and all the
Yep.
capability and all the
Mhm.
opportunity in the world when you just look at him, and
Yep.
then but it's just this walking pile of sadness
Mhm.
and don't give a shittedness.
Yep.
And wow, I don't know
I'm
if I can
not
talk
I'm
about
not
it
the
anymore.
sharpest tool in the shed, man, but kind of like this comment says right here. Oh, DeAndre, shaking my head, has all the talent and physical attributes to be a top 5 center in the league, but mentally, wow. Like
Dude, just
something
zero.
again, I'm not the
Z-
sharpest tool in the shed, but something's not clicking up there for DeAndre. And that
well,
30-second clip should show it, prove it all, man.
right, dude. Like, man, if that like just think about it like this. If that clip existed when the Suns drafted him. How about this? If that clip existed in the 2018 draft, where
Oh,
does DeAndre
dude.
Ayton get drafted? Does he get
Dude,
drafted?
I'm a
Like,
believer. I'm a
what are we
believer in
talking? What
like
am I
I'm a
doing? I can't
believer that would hurt his draft stock a little. I'm not
yeah,
saying he
dude.
would like fall,
Like,
but like
that's
that would hurt
insane.
a little, man. Dude,
Like,
my channel back then was a lot different, but if I would have seen that, I would have been like, guys, are we sure we want to draft this guy? Like that alone would have been like red flag number 1, man.
it's
Oh
just such
God.
a such a crazy like lack of character and just simple humanity. But
So I always say
maybe
this.
he was having a difficult evening. Who am I to judge? I
I was
apologize.
gonna say I always say this at the end of my shows. Just be nice to people, you guys.
Right,
Just
dude.
be
It's not hard.
nice. You know what I mean? It's really not that difficult, man.
Until they don't
Yeah,
deserve that your
yeah,
niceness, then
yep,
you
yep,
don't. But like,
yep,
I feel like
mhm,
the default should be nice.
yep,
Like
pretty much.
let's start there, and then if I have to shift, I will
And
shift.
DeAndre Ayton just wow. Well, speaking of ranting and going on like a whole side binge, do you want to talk about the referees or no? Or should we save that for another show? Like,
Well,
because I
like,
know, like, I have beef with Tyler Ford too, man. I don't like that guy, man.
I think everybody does at this point. I think everybody does at this point. And like, case in point, allow me like let me just like end this forever. I feel like this justifies everything I've ever said about Tyler Ford, and not and I'm talking like this isn't like a recent thing for me. Like I have really thought he's frankly dangerous for quite a
Mhm.
bit. But you know Keith Smith, right?
Yeah. Yep. They do a
Like
great show. Yeah.
yeah, fantastic show.
Yep.
Like the dude has
He seems like a good
176,000
guy too.
followers on Twitter. Like
Yep.
he's like he's not me with like my 1,500 followers on Twitter and like our stupid ass YouTube channel, right? Like he's legit. This is his tweet from the other night when
I
are
think
you
I know what
aware
you're
that
talking about. I
Tyler
can pull it
Ford
up. Yeah.
had a oh
I
you got it? Yeah, pull it
I
up
think I know what you're
because
talking about. Yeah. Let me just give
Tyler
me a
Ford
second
had a
here,
thing
but
with
yeah.
Jalen Brown the other night.
Mm-hmm.
And here's while you're looking for it, where
Mm-hmm.
I have a problem, particularly with Tyler Ford, is it's gone beyond him just being terrible at what he does. And there's no debate that he's terrible at what he does. There's also no debate that he actually does not know the NBA rules, because there have been two separate pool reports this year where he's explained something that has been completely contrary to what's in the NBA rulebook. But I won't go down that road again.
Mm-hmm.
What I will say is, and this gets demonstrated very much. That's it. It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
I'll
Keith
lower
Smith.
us too. So people, yeah. Oh,
Keith
sorry.
Smith. Yeah, no, you're good, dude. Says if you think Tyler Ford is good, I have some oceanfront property in Iowa to sell you. He acted like a
Mm-hmm.
jerk, which he does all the time, and that set Brown off. Just enjoy it when he's
Mm-hmm.
replying to somebody, right?
Yep.
Um, and here's the thing: is he's right about Tyler Ford acting like a jerk. And what Tyler Ford did in that game was he basically, I don't want to, it sounds like crazy, like conspiracy theory type shit, but he baited Brown
Yeah.
into that technical,
Mm-hmm.
because Jalen Brown got pushed out of bounds right in front of Tyler Ford, and Tyler Ford walked away like nothing fucking happened. And then Jalen Brown said something to him about it, and Tyler Ford shot him this look that was like, "Oh, you're going to talk to me like that, huh?" Basically challenging Jalen Brown. And Jalen Brown said something back and got the tee. And then he got pissed, got the tee. And then And then the other ref gave Jaylen Brown another tee, which is why I always find that adorable. Like when another referee goes, "Hey, don't talk to him like that." Like, how about this? Maybe Tyler Ford actually recognized he was wrong in the moment. That's why he didn't give him another tee after Jaylen Brown lost his shit. And then you stepped in and made Tyler Ford look like a complete inept fool, which I guess shoe fits. But Tyler Ford seemed to be doing the same thing towards Devin Booker tonight. And that's a problem. The NBA should see, that Byron Spruill should see, that Albert Sanders should see, and that they have to see, and they just do nothing about it. Because guess what? After that game the other night, when Tyler Ford shot that, like, any normal employer pulls that employee off and investigates what went on before putting him on again. And I'm going to guess the NBA didn't do dick. And maybe it's because the NBA referees have a union. I don't know. And maybe that's why they can't do anything to guys like Tyler Ford or to Scott Foster, who for some reason is still an NBA referee, even though he was on the phone constantly before and after games with Tim Donaghy. And the NBA is just like, nah, they were just buddies. Maybe they were talking about where they were going for dinner. Like, what are we doing? It's ridiculous. And again, there's a leadership problem in the NBA. There truly is. This sounds crazy, but like David Stern wasn't so bad.
You know what? Another conversation for another time. Another podcast.
He's still rotting in hell for suspending Amari and Boris, but whatever.
I don't think David Stern's as bad as people make him out to be. That's just my personal opinion.
To be honest, he did kind of do a fantastic job growing the NBA into what it is.
Exactly.
And all really Adam Silver has done is give the NBA referees power to become more visible in games than players. Like, that's what it is at this point. Like, Tyler Ford, Keith Smith, an actual NBA journalist, shouldn't be sitting here complaining about referees.
Exactly. Yep.
And I mean that from the perspective of, it has to be really bad for somebody that has that type of cachet to actually come out and say something. Because look, complaining about referees is something dumbasses like me do. Okay, like
I do it too.
But
I do it
too. But you know what I mean, right? Like, you don't see, because guys like that are, maybe there's concern about they get backlash, whatever. But when you have eyes, you can see that Tyler Ford is terrible. And you can see that he clearly has some sort of complex where he doesn't like these NBA players, I don't know, like being unhappy about him being horrible at his job. Like, maybe he wasn't hugged enough as a kid. I don't know. But Tyler Ford is just like, man, it seems to me like if you're a Suns fan or a Celtics fan, if Tyler Ford is reffing a game, like, you can at least count that as like a -6 for your team. That's kind of how I chalk it up at this point. But that's rough, I would say that's just me, but it's not just me. It's a lot of people at this point. And maybe at some point the NBA pays attention. Maybe they don't.
The way I look at it, man, is you said, I mean, I can't really add anything to that because you just went on an amazing epic rant. But I'll just say this, man. I will never forget. It was a December game, I believe. That game against the Lakers, man, where there was like 100 million fucking free throws. Excuse my language. There was like so many challenges and going to the tape, and that was one of the most frustrating losses ever. And I vented about it. And who was the head referee of that game? Let me guess. Tyler Ford.
Yeah.
Dude. Yeah. And our friends over at PHNX posted this picture. Tyler Ford, clown nose. Terrible, man. That was the worst. Yeah.
That was dope. That was dope how you mentioned who created this graphic and gave them credit for it. That's what good people do.
Yeah, I'm always trying to give credit where credit's due, man. Yep, but
if you know, you know.
Yeah, if you know,
a lot of people know.
Yep. But Tyler Ford, man, it's just this is like, I think I've said this on Suns Jam multiple times, and even just talking with like my friends or something like that. The fact that we know these referees' names,
Yeah.
And we have to like take the time to like look on like the pregame report. Okay, who's officiating this game? Oh, it's gonna be a long fucking night because this guy's refereeing. And it's like you said, man, like sometimes these not sometimes, a lot of these games should be like investigated or whatever, and they're not. Like, come on, like what are we doing, man?
You know, and I would just like I think a lot of fans would just like, can we take this down? I'm sorry.
No, sounds okay.
I can't keep looking at that son of a bitch.
You're like, get him off the screen.
I'd rather see your face, geek. That's all
Thanks,
I'm saying.
man.
That's all I'm saying.
Thanks, man.
But no, like I think the thing that a lot of us would be very satisfied to get is just some accountability. Well, like it's not hard to say something was wrong, right?
Yep.
It's not. And maybe it doesn't fix it, but it certainly doesn't make things worse. But just ignoring the problem does make things worse. And the last 2-minute report has turned into a joke because it's again, it's disingenuous because they'll only acknowledge things if it was obvious.
Mm-hmm.
And then even ones that, in my estimate, okay, so like for example, the Jalen Green tonight, the block, right? The Scotty Barnes block.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I have not watched it back, but I'm not going to fault the ref for not calling a foul on the block itself. Yeah. But did you see when Jalen got around Scott? No, not even that. Before he got there, and see, that's the thing is, I didn't see that. So if he got him in the wrist, then obvious. But
I think I saw the arm. I don't know.
And you might have. And I pointed out. I say that more just because I don't jump to conclusions. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And so and I didn't see it. And it might have been a foul at top, but I didn't see it. But what I did see is Scotty Barnes grab Jalen Green's jersey as he went around him and pull to the point where you actually see his jersey getting pulled away from his body.
Sounds like a foul to me.
Exactly. And here's what I would be very. Here's my prediction for the last 2-minute report. That's not going to be referenced in the last 2-minute report at all. They will say that the block was clean or something. That's what I'm guessing.
Yeah.
But they're not going to say, oh, there was a missed call with this grab because I don't know. I'm going to say like 12 people noticed it probably just because there's not like, not everybody's crazy like me. But that's again, a little bit of accountability and public accountability, I feel like isn't bad. Like, dude, remember when that umpire blew the perfect game for the Chicago White Sox pitcher? Like literally the last out, and it was clearly out, and he called him safe. And the dude like cried and apologized. Like, yeah, guess what? Way to be a human being, man. We make mistakes, and sometimes it's a terrible mistake like that, which in the grand scheme of things isn't that bad of a mistake, but you feel terrible, and all you can do is admit it and apologize for it and hope everybody moves on. And the NBA for some reason refuses to do that. And I think again, that's the most frustrating thing for me is the lack of accountability, because it's not hard to be accountable. And I think if they showed that they were actually accountable and had some transparency, then maybe they'd more grace with fans and with media. Because look, I'm not going to sit here and be like being an NBA referee is an easy job. Okay, have I said it before? Sure, but it's not. It can't be. Now, to be fair, a good friend, and I would shout him out, but I don't know if he wants me to shout it out. But he gave me tickets to a game recently. They were very good tickets.
Nice.
And I actually felt maybe it's not that hard to be an NBA referee because I was closer. I could very easily see who I was with. There was a play where they were playing the Nets, and players from the Nets clearly stepped out of bounds on a baseline. We both yelled it. They didn't call it. So I'm like, maybe we could do this shit. But seriously, like it's okay. It's not an easy job. These dudes are traveling. These guys, like, there's a lot that goes into it. Yeah. And again, if they're putting out a product that's viewed by the public, I don't think the public asking for a little bit of transparency and accountability with these referees is asking for too much. But the problem is the leadership at the NBA level does think it's too much, and we're never going to get it because they're a bunch of frauds and a bunch of cowards, unless and until somebody infiltrates their ranks and changes it from the inside.
So says Jay.
If
First the
SoSaysJ
ref.
ever just disappears like that,
Yep.
the whole persona online disappears one day,
Yep.
and then like you're like at like a basketball, you're like, wait, that guy looks kind of, but like without the hair, but he wouldn't have shaved his head to do this. Would no, that'd be crazy. It's me. Anyway, I'm done. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
I'm
sorry.
glad. I'm so
I
glad
didn't want
because
it. I wasn't going to talk about the referees.
well,
Here I am.
yeah, no, it's
I'm sorry. You look exhausted now. My
no,
apologies.
no. I'm glad you did that because, like, like we were talking backstage. I was like, hey, we can improvise. We can talk about this and that. But I was like, I might need you to go on a little rant about the refs, man, because I mean, I know it's hard to follow all these great Suns podcasts and channels, but I'm telling you, man, after that Lakers game, I went on a huge effing rant. And then after that Bulls game, like I've done so many rants about the referees and officiating. And I love how we kind of learned like a life lesson here, man. Like be accountable. Like I've made plenty of mistakes, man. Like
Yeah.
you make a mistake, own up to it, be accountable, be honest and authentic about it. And like you said, maybe you'll be forgiven and moved on and all that stuff, man. So you're learning life lessons
do
here.
nothing to make it, yeah, dude, like what are we doing? Like, yeah, like this is about humanity. It's not just about the Suns, it's about the Suns and humanity. It's all rolled up into one life lesson.
And not treating people like garbage when they ask you, are you gaining momentum and all that,
Exactly. Yeah, exactly, dude. Like, don't be here. Look, if you take anything away from anything that either one of us ever say in this world, it's don't be like DeAndre Ayton and don't be like Tyler Ford.
Amen. Preach. Amen.
Except for like the tons of money thing like that DeAndre Ayton had. Like, I hope you all enjoyed that at some point in your life. That's another thing though, too, is these referees, they're not exactly like underpaid. Like they get paid a lot of money.
Yep.
If I'm not mistaken, like you make it to the NBA, you're starting out at like 250, 300 grand. Some of these referees, they get paid, and then they pay them like bonuses for reffing in the playoffs, which seems like a poor structure because like, why do you get Scott Foster called the extender? Well, why wouldn't I want to extend a series so one of my homeboys can get a little paycheck? Like, but anyway, okay. I've said like 7 times I'm going to shut up, and I keep going back and talking more. It's you got to just stop me, man.
No, it's all good, man. Well, on that note, is there anything else you would like to vent or rant about? I mean, we can kind of do like our final thoughts segment here. If not, man, I mean, do you want to tell the people where to find you? When are you guys going live next? I want to hit you with like a million questions before we go.
I wish I knew when we go live next. Maybe this weekend sometime. I don't know. One of these days I'm just gonna like randomly go live, and I'll probably just sit there and stare at like my background by myself. But no, here's I will want to say, because this last little, like, I don't know, like 10 minutes has been kind of negative, like, and not negative towards like an appropriately like negative being. So I'm not upset about that, but I don't want to end it on a negative note. So I will just say, man, again, we've said it multiple times. You said it multiple times in the pod. At the end of the day, the Suns are still sitting at 11 games over 500. They are still sitting 3 games in the loss column out of the 3 seed in the West. They are ahead of schedule, and they are not fully healthy.
Preach.
And we're only starting to see the tip of the iceberg with our rookies. If you're not optimistic about this team, then I feel like you maybe, you know what? You're a DA. You are a DA. Because nothing will make you happy. Nothing will give you momentum. This team, it's trending the right way. It's trending the right way a lot quicker than anybody thought it would.
Preach.
I mean, dude, we're less than 9 months removed from everybody discussing how is it possible? How can they possibly get off of Bradley Beal without crippling themselves for the next decade or whatever the hell everybody was worried about? And look, they're doing about as good as a job as anybody could possibly expect. So, shitty loss tonight, but in the grand scheme of things, let's not fail to see. Let's not lose the forest in the trees. Is that the saying? You know what I mean? Let's look at the big picture, folks, and be happy. Wow. Did I say happy?
Happy. No, that works. The word happy works on this channel. It's okay, man.
Dude, I kind of love it. It's like an extra level of happy.
Happy. But no, I love the positive outlook, man. I mean, even though we got a little negative here and there, you're one of the more optimistic Suns fans that I've ever met, and I love that, man. That's what we need, man. So it was
What else do we
great
have?
having you.
Why
It
not?
was so great having you on the show, man. We
It's an
got to do
honor.
this again sometime, man. This was so much fun. Love the little DA segment that we threw in there. That was so great, man. We got to do this again soon. And, you know, I'm going to hold myself accountable. Like I said at the start of the show, like, I've done a poor job of getting guests on this channel.
There you
so
go.
I'm going to do better and get more guests on the channel, man. So we're going to do big things. And, you know, if I can ever find the time, maybe we'll do a Suns Megapod with, you know, our friends over at the Suns Planet podcast.
I love those so much because they're such shit shows. By the way, okay, hold on. 2 more final thoughts.
No, go for it.
One, your intro, like the music during your intros, and also the music during the piano thing was all very catchy. I kept bobbing my head to it. It reminded me of, and then you mentioned Suns Planet. This is why it reminded me. Remember when they had like the 4-minute intro that was like heavy like techno music?
Yeah,
that was irritating. And then the Suns, the Aussie guys, theirs was just like 4 minutes long, but like not heavy techno, so that was good. At least I'm happy that everybody's kind of cut them down to a more reasonable amount of time. Like your 1 minute. Let's do that. That's fantastic. I love it.
Exactly.
Second thing I was gonna say is, can I give you a recommendation? Somebody like I feel like would be dope for you to get on here with you.
Yeah.
I feel like I'd like to see like you and Flex shoot the shit. Have you had talked to Flex? Have you had Flex on here?
Yeah, that's my
before?
guy, man. I love Flex.
Oh, okay.
It's been a while. I know he did like a
don't know who
media
knows who.
thing recently, and then like he had some personal stuff go on. I hope everything's okay, Flex. Yeah, he's one of my boys, man. I got to get Flex on, man, for sure.
I just, you know, I'm thinking, who could I get to more than me? And oh,
You're good. You cut out for a
Oh.
second, but yeah, you're good.
oh, that was weird.
Yeah,
Because everything went away. Like you were gone, and just went dark.
Oh,
and then,
God.
but it's good thing I didn't start saying. Like,
it's Adam
I'm like,
Silver,
"Oh."
man. Adam
Dude, yeah.
Silver, he's hacking into our servers, bro.
I'm telling you, they're
If
shadow
my
banning
channel
us. They're
vanishes, you
dude,
guys
it's
know
like,
why.
It's like, what have
Okay?
you done? What have you done? Oh my gosh, that's when
better
So
back
Says
up all my
that's when So Says
files.
J disappears. Is I crash the Suns Geek channel and then I disappear. Everyone's like, 3 months later, Suns Geek's back and I'm still gone. Everyone's like, oh, it's questionable, but it's fine. Everything's quieter in the Suns world these days. It actually feels calm. It's nice. But no, dude, I appreciate you having me on. I truly do. It was fun. Like I say, we don't record as much as we'd like to, clearly. And it's always enjoyable when I get a chance to hop on somebody else's channel and just talk Suns. Because again, you know, fan since I was in the womb. So what can I say? It's kind of a long time because I'm old as fuck too. So let's go.
Preach, man. Well, this was an absolute blast, man. We got to do this again soon. And I hope that you guys record some shows. If you guys ever do record, not if, but when you guys ever record a show, if you need a guest on, hit me up, man. You know where to find me. So
We will have you. Maybe I should just, next time my guys say no to me, I'll just hit you up, be like, dude, you're coming on. We're just going to
Hit
do
me
it on my
up,
channel
man.
this time.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Oh, and I'm
Do
at
it, man.
SoSaysJ. I didn't say that part to the people that are out there, whoever's there. If you're watching this channel, you don't know me by now, you probably don't need to. I'm not that interesting.
No, man. I think they need to follow you, man. They need an optimistic take on the Suns. They need you to help hold the referees accountable, which I know you do on Twitter a lot, which is great. So keep it up, man. Go follow SoSaysJ at SoSaysJ. Follow Fanning the Flames on YouTube and Twitter whenever they go live. I don't know. We'll see. But guys, this was an absolute blast. We got to do this again sometime. Thank you to everybody who tuned in. Thank you to everybody who's going to be watching the show later. You guys are the real ones. We love you guys. And, you know, like we talked about during the show, just be accountable, be a nice person, unless someone's being an asshole to you, and just spread love and positivity. And no matter what happens, don't stop believing in the Phoenix Suns, because we're 11 games over 500, baby. Let's go. So with that being said, make sure to check out Learn a Note. It's available in the App Store right now for the price of a cup of coffee. Link down below in the description. So says Jay. Thank you so much for being here, man. Peace out. God bless. And go Suns.
Cubs fans be?
Cam Johnson.
Yeah, it's dope. I love it.